Is cryptocurrency going to see some kind of a defining moment tomorrow? It's a valid question because the United States House tomorrow is set to pass three major bills that have the potential really to reshape crypto's landscape. These are all individually kind of game changers as bills, and then taken together, it's pretty heavy. I found three crypto projects in particular that, in my opinion, are in a prime position to benefit from these bills, depending on how the vote goes. They already have strong foundations. We've already been talking about them and have momentum on their side. This is just going to bolster that and act as an extra catalyst. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. Maybe you want to jump in with us on these three projects that we're looking at today, these three altcoins. Maybe not. Look, either way, I genuinely wish you well. But I'm not a financial or investment advisor, nor is this video official financial or investment advice. The first project that is slated to benefit here in a big way, depending on how the vote goes, is Hedera, ticker HBAR, HBAR. This is already a hot prospect. It's looking for some reason to break out, really. It's also the odd one out in terms of this list because, as you probably know, we've been covering it. And as a little bit of trivia knowledge here on the tech side, it's not a blockchain. It's kind of lumped in with blockchains because sometimes the functionality is similar. But technically, it is a hash graph. And a lot of people would argue, objectively speaking, I think it's fair to argue, actually, that a hash graph is superior in that it's faster and more secure, I have to admit, than traditional blockchains. Check out this recent deep dive video that we did on Hedera if you haven't already. But Hedera really is a serious project, and it's got all of the right ingredients that you would want in a project right before it pumps, right? It's looking pretty good right now. You can see it as a next-gen distributed ledger technology, but I want to highlight a few features in particular of Hedera as to give you an idea, why Hedera differs specifically from a blockchain. First of all, and like I mentioned, speed is a big one here. This project can handle 10,000 TPS or transactions per second, 10,000. For context and for reference, Bitcoin and Ethereum, which we love so much, handle 7 TPS and 30 TPS respectively. And then also, like I said, security. Hedera is more secure than your average blockchain, and that's because it's better equipped to deal with attacks. We also have very, very low transaction costs. Transactions really are in the range of a fraction of a cent. Hedera is also very active in the RWA, real-world assets, and AI, artificial intelligence sectors. And as we've been talking about for months now, these are arguably the two sectors with the highest growth potential as far as their intersection with cryptocurrency. And with RWA, Hedera is already built for compliance. As a project, Hedera also needs this in the RWA sector because it needs to be compatible with the SEC regulations that exist. As a consequence, this will only improve institutional interest in Hedera. Of which there's already a lot, by the way. It's got partnerships with major banks, regulators, fintech platforms. But Hedera is also owned and governed by a council of foreign innovators, some of which include Boeing, Google, IBM, and even University College London. And so with this new crypto legislation in the United States, Hedera stands the chance to put itself in a pretty unique position. It can become one of the first movers for institutions that specifically are seeking compliance, offering frictionless onboarding for institutions for compliant tokenized assets, especially is what is key here. We're looking at the last 1 month here of HBAR token performance. That's HBAR. As you can see right now, it ranks number 18 by market cap. It is up nearly 50% in the last 30 days, and we stand at a 10.1 billion market cap, with the price of HBAR right now just a hair below 24 cents. If we zoom out even further over the last year, we see that it's grown over 200%. As you have seen these last few days and these last few weeks, we've been talking about slowly unveiling a new project that we're very proud of here at Altcoin Buzz. Check out the link in the description below. We're inviting all of our viewers to try it, to check it out. Once again, you can find the link and participate in the description below. ONDO Finance, ticker ONDO, is number 2 here. This brings us really smack down in the middle of RWA. We teased it with our first entry on this list, but now we are neck deep in real-world assets. This, of course, is the top protocol for everything that relates to RWA. We've covered ONDO Finance a lot as a channel. You may want to check out this video about how many ONDO, that's ONDO, you're going to need to become a millionaire at the height of this crypto bull cycle. But ONDO has a couple of things going for it, especially when it comes to stablecoins, because it has two, those being USDY and OUSG. Both of these are attracting quite a bit of attention, deservedly so. US Treasuries back both of these stablecoins. However, OUSG in particular is aimed at institutional markets. However, their global markets platform is looking like it can become their flagship, and it's about to launch. ONDO's global markets is going to bring publicly traded stocks, but also bonds and ETFs, exchange-traded funds, on-chain. This is a big deal because the implication here is that you can trade them 24/7. And by the way, it's a perfect fit for DeFi, decentralized finance. We've talked about this in the context of other projects, but certainly it applies here with ONDO. And over 100 tokenized assets are going to go on-chain. ONDO compares this with what stablecoins did for dollars, for fiat currencies. Plus, ONDO also has the Global Markets Alliance. This is a growing group of all kinds of different characters, personalities in the space. We have leading wallets, exchanges, custodians, also protocols and infrastructure providers. It's pretty impressive. It is a pretty cool and eclectic group of some of the most important players in the crypto sector. One of the latest to join this alliance is the BNB chain, which means that now ONDO is also making waves with a bit of a different strategy. It's acquiring effectively other companies, and currently it acquired Oasis Pro. This is an SEC-registered broker-dealer, and this was also one of the first U.S.-regulated alternative trading systems, or ATSs. In other words, it's authorized to support the settlement of digital securities in both fiat and in stablecoins, for example, with USDC or DAI, D-A-I. This really does expand ONDO's regulated on-chain finance. Then there's also Strangelove Labs. This project develops production-grade infrastructure. And with this move, ONDO has set itself up to become the only full-stack tokenized asset platform with omni-chain asset issuance and protocol design and blockchain development capabilities. Very smart moves, and I think a lot of them are soon going to pay dividends that we're all going to be able to see. The current price of ONDO right now is at 95 cents with a market cap of just over $3 billion. Over the last week or so, we did see a nice jump to the tune of about 16% here from sort of the 80-cent range to where we are right now. That's also part of a breakout for ONDO, and according to Ali G, the target is now $1.60. ONDO is a project that at least can 5x, given everything that it's doing, given really the momentum in the RWA sector. That's how I feel. A 5x, I think, is reasonable. Let me know what you think about ONDO, where it can go in the comments below. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is sponsored by Walrus Protocol, which has the fastest solution for data storage on the market today. It's from the team behind Sui, and their token and airdrop were a huge success. Walrus is already a top 150 coin. In fact, it's so resilient that even with only a few nodes operating, your data availability will not be affected. Decentralized data storage on Walrus is solving the big problem of data availability and integrity. And this is especially important for AI models and their data sets. Decentralized AI solutions are important to many of us in the industry and many of you as well. And really the last thing that we'd want to see is having to give up our data for free again, like we did with social media and a lot of the big Web 2 companies. But AI models are big, huge databases that need training on one end and specialized limited access on the consumer end. Walrus was built exactly for this. Its specialty in large pieces of unstructured data means storing models to train to your liking on your private data is easier and cheaper than ever before. And Seal helps you control who accesses it. That means you can use Walrus to create an AI app to sell to others with the user permissions and controls you need. So try Walrus today. Whether you need it to store an NFT or an entire AI model, you get the same smooth, fast, and cheap storage service. Follow Walrus on X for more updates and check out the link in the description below. Last but not least here, we're looking at SEI Network. And with this one, we're in the thicket of DeFi and trading in particular. This project is all about financial apps. And as a result, SEI has to be fast and secure, obviously, also with low-cost transactions. So obviously, no wonder that it calls itself the fastest parallel blockchain. This means just basically that it can process various transactions at the same time, simultaneously. Traditional blockchains process serially, one transaction after another, whereas in this case, a parallel chain offers faster transaction speeds, reduced costs, and just better overall performance. Check out this dedicated deep dive video on the SEI Network if you haven't already. I'll include that in the description below. And SEI's got some very interesting news that it's recently put out. Circle, for example, will soon offer native USDC on SEI Network. That is the largest regulated stablecoin. With it comes about $62 billion in cross-chain liquidity. And then consider that SEI's TVL total value locked is already up by over 180% year to date. Its stablecoin TVL is up by 100% year to date. And we've covered this news before. I find it pretty exciting personally. SEI is a finalist with the Wyoming Stablecoin Commission. They're forming their own state stablecoin, WYST. So SEI is now battling out with Aptos. And we're going to see who the winner is eventually. But certainly, SEI was punching well above its weight throughout this competition. It took out some much bigger projects who were also in contention. So it showed up and really turned some heads as far as this whole process went. Once the U.S. market opens up, SEI is going to have a pretty unique regulatory advantage because it's strengthening its United States presence. For example, with early backing from major institutional American firms, we have ones like Multicoin Capital and Coinbase Ventures that are getting involved. Furthermore, Canary Capital has filed for a staked SEI ETF. So we also have institutional interest, which is rising for SEI. The current price of SEI as I speak right now is just above 37 cents with a $2.14 billion market cap. It's certainly the smallest market cap that we're examining today. If we zoom out, though, over the course of the last month, we see that it's up by over 100%. And at this rate, if things continue to go well, which, as I've described, I think there's reason to believe that things will continue to go well. If that continues to be the case, then SEI can pretty easily go over $1 in my opinion. Perhaps even a $2 price would not surprise me. So we're looking, that would be about 6-7 times from where we are right now. Let me know where you think SEI is going to go. If there's a project on this list that you favor over the others, let me know which one that is. If we've omitted your favorite project, if the House vote you feel is going to benefit another project that we haven't looked at, let me know which one that is. And also, guys, join our discussion on social media. It's getting interesting. It's growing. It's getting more and more fun on X and on Discord. I will include those links in the description below.